Hi everyone. Okay, so literally right before I made this video, I was thinking about the order in which I want to do the videos because I feel like I have to do an extra to explain some stuff that I have questions about that have a little to do with this episode, but not entirely. So I was like, okay, I'll do the episode first and then I'll do the extra after, and hopefully I'll clear up any questions you might have about what's going on. Okay, now, the standalone episode. I've talked about it all week. I've warned you guys. I've told you guys you need to watch this because it's usually like the best of the show, and I've said that. Okay, so all that being said, I didn't know how exactly they were going to do this, meaning I didn't know if they were going to do a completely separate that had nothing to do with anything relevant, or like just a history lesson or something that's kind of relevant, but then of course you gotta have time for the clips, so I didn't know how they were gonna do it. I like their approach for this one because they stuck to the storyline that's going on right now, and a lot. Because okay, I'm gonna catch you guys up if you didn't watch the YNR from yesterday and my video about it. I got into a lot of discussion about it, so it was 11 minutes long, but it's worth it. Okay, now, according to what happened, if you take it totally on face value and you don't go, that makes no sense, or something like that, right? Which is what I do anyway. It's in my nature. But I'm like, okay, just watch it and see what happens. Okay, so, okay. Sharon has been going through a crisis for a long time now. And I, I could only think of it as good versus evil. And evil represented by the ghost of Cameron Kirsten, right? And good being Sharon herself when she's lucid. And also, with whatever she's going through, people say blackouts. She has blackouts. Now, I didn't know this, I forgot or whatever, but she apparently has bipolar, according to the storyline, and that's what she's on medication for. Okay? So I don't know exactly where the blackouts come in, but she supposedly has those. Alright, so and the blackouts are going to play a major part here. And you'll see in a second. All right. So, she supposedly went to Daniel's house, was going to, I don't know, drug him, quote unquote, um, with something that was liquid and lethal. And she was going to hide it in whiskey. It was whiskey. Okay. I knew it was some alcoholic beverage, but I didn't know whiskey until now. Okay. So that was her plan, and then she she became lucid for enough time to say that's not a good idea. If he goes away, it'll affect a lot of people, and that's not a good idea. So she didn't do it. However, she was trying to get out of the house, and Heather came in, and it shook Heather up. And so Heather starts asking all these questions, and Sharon is not coming up with the right answers. So Heather, being an attorney, and that kind of like, that doesn't make sense. Well, I forgot one little part yesterday. She said, um, Heather, Heather said to Sharon, "You are out of your mind." And so that comment made Sharon lose whatever. Like, if she had sanity, she lost it. And so, and then here's where the blackout comes in. Apparently, she had a blackout, and somehow Heather ends up on the floor in a pool of blood, and the whole thing. And I discussed all of it, so I'm not going to discuss it again. But my point is now, okay, they could say that because she wasn't really conscious or whatever you want to use, aware, that she wasn't completely herself when, when and if she did this. Now, I say when she did this because today, now this is where today comes in. Today, Sharon is at Cassie's graveside and she's talking to her and telling her what happened and kind of how everything happened and that she didn't mean to do it, but that she was not, she had a blackout. And and then what's really sad or whatever is, well, to be honest, I mean, it's kind of strange, but I saw clips that I wasn't even aware of. But apparently, Sharon has been going through a lot of stuff throughout her life that I was not aware of everything. And then, of course, when she lost Cassie, that just shattered her and Nick. And then caused Nick to cheat, and we all know that. I think we all know that. Okay, so the one piece or the one episode ish clip that I like is that well, it's kind of ironic. Okay, I enjoy it. I don't like it because it was a day that Ray, the the lovely character, Jordi Villasuso, was killed off, and and they showed the clip where Nick tells Sharon what happened. And to be honest, I didn't see the clip when it happened, like originally. I did see the episode, but somehow I missed that moment. And wow, that is a really tough moment because she knew, like instinctually, that her life was going to change from that moment on. So she tells Nick, please give me a moment where everything can be good until my world isn't the same anymore. Like she knew. It's kind of like when the closest thing I can say is that if a parent loses a child or something, a lot of times I've heard that mothers say they know their child's spirit isn't there anymore. That kind of a thing. Or if you have a spouse and and say that they're not there anymore, and you just instantly know that something is wrong and something bad. And then when they tell you, you kind of ask them, did so and so happen? That kind of a thing. Okay, that's what I mean here. Um, all right. So that was the saddest clip for me. Besides the Cassie stuff, because you see her like having fun and all this stuff, and then you know what happens. So it's a little sad for me, but yeah. Um. Okay. So and then the final moment is where, well, not the final moment. The moment before that is when she asked Cassie, "What am I supposed to do?" Okay. So then you don't really see her after that. You see her at home. Okay. So my brain goes into like, okay, she was at the gravesite and she went home. Well, no, 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 no. That's not where this ends. Of course not. Okay? But we're not going to get details until next week. But apparently something, and I'm not ruining it because I don't know when it's going to be shown, but she comes home and tells her family what she did and whatever. So, yeah. Now, okay. This is why I need to make video too. It's going to be like an extra because I have a lot of thoughts on this. storyline and the twists and turns, and I have thoughts, a lot of thoughts. And I don't want this video to be 15 minutes. So I'm cutting it off now, and I'm going to make $1 extra right now. Okay? Bye.